You have now clocked into another episode of the Part-Timers podcast.
Anyways, so yeah, leading on to the albums which have dropped over the last couple of weeks. SlowThai has obviously dropped in his words, a classic on. I don't know if any of you lot have watched the video for Cancelled. He thinks it's going to be a classic long term. But
what do you mean in the ways on that scene?
Yeah, that scene.
I wouldn't take that as him saying
No,
it's
of course.
classic. Have you seen the film American Psycho?
No.
So it's just a play on American Psycho.
There's a lot of references for old movies in his videos.
Yeah, like horror movies.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, I mean, what's everyone's thoughts on that album in general?
It slaps.
Mm.
I don't like it.
Tevin's like,
It's the album. It's the album.
I said it's music. It's music.
Yeah, it's music. To say it slaps, I
Got
don't
some
know
songs
about,
on there.
Yeah, I don't know about slaps, but to say that it's a decent album. I liked it, man. Like for me, one of the greatest things just seeing it, is when Daniel first tagged me into Tea and Biscuits on Twitter, and I just saw one performance he did that. You know the ones where you just like, bro, seeing somebody come from performing to 20 people and they're singing your songs back, and now you've got a #1 album and whatever else coming from Northampton. I'm happy to see him win. That's what I'm saying in it. But yeah, I don't think that this is an album I will be spinning very much. But I did listen to it, and I liked a couple of songs in it, but it's not something I'm going to be shouting at the two rooftops from. But it's a good album. It's a good album.
Go on. They didn't want to go into it. I feel like based on everyone's reaction, I feel like I'm the only one that really liked it. But I think it's because
you want to say, man.
His madness of like his personality is it makes me want to listen to his tunes. So I was intrigued, and I like the visuals in terms of the videos he dropped for Cancelled and Mazza.
Yeah, creatively, I like it.
Yeah, so I think he likes to do this thing where he has like two kind of parts to an album as well, which is intriguing to see. But I felt like I don't know if I agree with a lot of his bars, because he's saying a lot of kind of demonic kind of shit on, especially the song Dead. But
that's SlowThai for you, man.
But for me, he kind of gives me like crazy Eminem vibes at the beginning of his career.
And that's SlowThai for you.
And I like that. So for this album, I appreciate it for what it was. I did like a couple standout tracks. I liked how he jumped on 45 Smoke. As I said, Cancelled and Mazza. But there was one song with James Blake. I think it's NHS.
Feel away.
Either way.
That's it. My bad. That song, James Blake actually smashed it into a park. No one can catch the ball, bro. When I hit his vocals, I'm just like, bro, I'm zoned out. So yeah,
man, like James Blake, fam, forever jumping on. James Blake is always on rap people's albums.
Yeah, they love him. But he's talented in the way he produces, and he's just his ear, like he's sick. Apparently, like
I think James Blake is wavy. Don't get twisted, but it's just funny, isn't it? Like I've heard more of his stuff.
In a creative process, he's wavy to have in the studio. Like he's really respected.
Yeah, So that and NHS were definitely one of my favorites. I like Terms. I can't remember that guy's name, which is on it, but he's an American artist. I think it's Denzel. Is it Denzel Curry? I don't know.
Yeah, I think Denzel Curry's on that one. Denzel Curry.
Yeah. So that song also hit,
and their styles match.
I respect this album a lot. I think it's better than his first album. What's the name of that?
Nothing Great About Britain.
Nothing Great About Britain. I think it's way better than that. I think I can see the.
I don't know if it's way better.
Listen, I've never listened to that album, Nothing Great About Britain, but just from the title, I'm here for it. That's a 10 out of 10 album.
It fits the mold right now. So but yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah,
It's come a long way since that whole Cancel was he on stage interrupting niggas, isn't it? Come a long way since that, like.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that situation.
I don't know.
I thought it was a good album. It's a good album. I don't agree with. I think the last one was better. I can't lie. I think it was more it was more rough around the edges, and I like that. And I think it was more him, and he could just be a bit more wilder in it. Like I did feel like this one was. Obviously, it's SlowThai, man. He's gonna do what he wants, but it was a little bit toned down and a bit brought back. Maybe that's because of the life he's living, whatever. I like the fact it was split into 2 discs because it was like a 2-disc album. So you had all the capital letters for the hype tracks and whatever, and then it translated into the lowercase, which was the more thought-provoking, calm, and more into his feelings. And I think I like SlowThai because he puts his heart into it, innit? Like, I think he puts himself into the music. Like, he reminds me, his first album reminded me of like old Dizzy Rascal, where it was just wild and just like kind of just whatever, bun the government kind of vibe in it. But it's very, like I said, it's very well put together. A lot of good tunes. I think the end tune ADHD is amazing. Like, that last track was crazy. And I think a lot of people sleep on SlowThai in it. Well, I know we got a #1 album, so it sounds mad me saying that. But, but I'm saying when I talk to people, they're always like, he's too weird, or he's what industry plant I've heard, and all this kind of foolishness. And it's like, I don't feel like people listen, innit? They just see the image.
That's it.
Like, if you actually listen to what man's talking about and stuff, it's stuff bare people go through, innit? Like, he's real, like, and I rate that, innit? And he's unapologetically himself, and it's not random that the likes of Skepta and all these people are backing, man, innit? Because they can see what's in him, innit? And what's like, he's
there.
Yeah, he's hard, man. Like, maybe like I said, I've been rating him for a while, innit? So to see him, like T said, to see him at this point, bro, mad. So I'm proud of him, man. And it's a good album. Like I said, I prefer the last one, but give it time. This thing might grow on me. But yeah, very well thought out. And like I said, in the UK, now rappers are making albums rather than just a whole heap of tracks, innit? Just dashing a whole heap of tracks on a tape and just saying, yeah, have that. They're actually putting together a thought out album, which is, like I said, I'm glad more of that's coming up. But yeah, shout out. Dwain?
The songs that slapped. No,
Fucking hell, bruv.
You know what SlowThai, yeah? I think that the last point you made about him just being himself, I love that, and I love the creative direction he's gone. The videos are sick. I liked Mazza, Cancelled, Playing with Fire. I feel like with him, even he brings his personality to his music, and that's what I love about him the most. Like, I know with SlowThai, he's gonna be SlowThai. So in my head, I'm like, okay, like when I heard you're right, Wegz, about Dead, but then when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is just SlowThai, man. This guy don't give a fuck, like, at all. Like, no fucks are given. And I appreciate that. I do appreciate the concept of the album, as you said, Dan, it being the hype tracks and then going into the kind of more tracks to kind of listen to, etc. ADHD is nuts. Feel Away, yeah, that one, James Blake really killed it. NHS as well. Like, it's a good album. Like, it's a good body of work. I do feel it's one of them ones I'm gonna have to kind of live with it. But on first impressions, he was very kind of clever, kind of putting the hype tracks first because it kept me there. Like, you know, so I really kind of enjoyed that. And then it was kind of like, hey, we're gonna calm down with the songs going towards the end of the album. But yeah, man, I really liked him, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what he does next. The fact he's got a #1 is he's kind of, this album's probably like solidified him, because it's funny, like I feel the same about Lil Kana as well. Like, when you speak to people about rappers like that, they're not really popular, but they have like huge fan bases. So I hope you can kind of push on. But yeah, man, I think the next album will be wavy as well. It's good to see. Hopefully with the lifestyle, it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to talk about next. That's what I'm looking forward to. So yeah, man, good album, man. Good album. I'm going to keep on.
And you say doing spot on about visuals, isn't it? He puts effort into a visual.
The creative direction is sick, man.
Like, they're weird as hell, but
yeah. Like, but I just appreciate it because once again with the UK, it goes back to what you said about the albums. Like, it seems like the real creative artists are really putting their all into visuals, and we haven't seen that for a while.
Rather than just bare man smoking in the back.
Yeah, just bare man smoking, cheeks turking and bottles. Yeah, that's just boring. It goes back to what Chris said. The aesthetic is boring. But when it comes to like him having actual creative direction, like, I enjoy it. I appreciate it, man. Like, I do. It's sick.
The visuals are definitely sick. I feel like he's done very well with that, especially in panoramic. To push that kind of level of art